Thank you. So good evening, everyone. I am Nidhi Jain, NASA Space Teacher Ambassador and a researcher in education technology at NIIT University, India, and would be presenting along with my mentor, guide, and colleague, Professor Vijay Manke, Professor of Education Technology at NIIT University, and Divya Senan, Assistant Professor at Kerala University. So this paper presentation will be outlining the development of series of inquiry-based learning modules with an academic area, which focuses on oxygen production on Mars by MOXIE and oxygen production at International Space Station using electrolysis technique for the secondary school students in the Indian context. We are grateful to the organizers of International Conference Space Habitat event to give us this platform to express our views. So, as we know, the students should understand the basic requirement for space habitat, which is intended for human occupancy to maintain the environmental conditions which are conducive to life, health, and operations. So this paper presentation will highlight the development of EDI learning module to apply learning engineering principles in different set of environments. It may be on Mars, it may be on International Space Station, it may be on Earth and any other space domain. So here, the concept of electrolysis dissociation of water on Earth and for comparison of oxygen production on Mars by MOXIE and oxygen production at International Space Station using electrolysis technique. So this is the core domain. Now, if I go to the next slide, yes. So talking about, if I talk about my students, if they were trained or equipped to solve tomorrow's problem related to future space habitat, the students should be equipped with the skills of future front. My school students should be able to tackle tomorrow's processes, which means system environmental factors, which are interdependent and they are evolving, and they should be able to solve the conflicting problems. So normally, the traditional way I teach them by giving them the knowledge about subject through different ways, through activities. But now when I am doing things related to space habitat, about the MOXIE, about International Space Station, how do I do it? So we have to take the whole issue of survival. It may be on space, it may be on Mars or International Space Station. You must survive on Earth, you must survive on Mars, you must survive at ISS. So right now we teach students about the survival on Earth, but when I pose unexpected question to students, why should we know about the survival in space or Mars? It should stimulate them to think, bringing the future front questions. So this is all about the background and talking about the different government initiatives, how this particular modules, the training was done, how the implementation was done, and how the analysis was done, and then conclusion part. Now, the main basis of doing this is the United Nations has set 17 sustainable development goals. And one of the goal is goal number 4, which is for quality education. So the learning module is designed to fulfill the requirement of sustainable development goal. Also, the new education policy for India, the framework demands project-based and competency-based pedagogy. So through this model, the students will understand the space habitat requirements and educational concept that they are able to apply critically in different environments. So as we teach the concept of dissociation of water on Earth, which liberates hydrogen and oxygen on Earth, The similar concept, they should be able to understand what happens on Mars when the carbon dioxide is pressurized and further it dissociates into oxygen and carbon monoxide. And similarly at ISS, what happens to the water molecule? It dissociates into oxygen and methane as the byproduct. Now, I would request my colleague Divya ma'am to explain, to take you over the objectives.
Thank you, Nidhi. Respected experts and delegates on the online platform, greetings to one and all from our end. So, Nidhi has well explained the motivation or the background of our study. So, now let me move on to the objectives. The major objectives of our study, the first and the foremost one is to design and develop a series of inquiry-based learning modules. As we all know, inquiry is the basic quality which is taught by every kid from its birth onwards. So to enhance the inquiry quality is the major thing which we can do in education. So we are trying to try to design and develop a series of inquiry-based learning modules with having a project-based learning approach. And the second one was to find the effectiveness of the developed module in learning differences between oxygen production on Mars by MOXIE and oxygen production at ISS using electrolysis technique. And finally, the last one was to evaluate the participants' perception about the space habitat mission and to find the effectiveness of our learning module through a qualitative analysis because of the limited time. And to move forward, actually the module was developed by using the Forward Instructional Design Model, ADDIE model, as we all know. So ADDIE model has the different steps: analysis, design, develop, implement, and evaluation. And evaluation is happening at each stages of its development also. So the analysis phase, the first phase, it captures the requirements and set expectations of the learning module. Actually, the study of analysis was carried out under 5 heads, namely need of the learner, context, learner, task, and content. Here, the learner was the secondary school students, and the content was related to production of oxygen by using MOXIE. So the analysis provided important inputs into design, development, implementation, and assessment considerations. The design phase, it considers 3 sub-processes, namely instructional design strategy, visual design, as well as technical design. So once the comprehensive and demanding design phase was completed, the development phase commenced. It was the stage that deals with the actual production of the learning material. And the implementation phase was conducted among a small group of secondary school students. Focus groups interviews and individual interviews were conducted among the students for evaluating their content knowledge as well as their attitude towards space habitat teams. And the evaluation was done in a qualitative manner because of the limitation of time, and also it is quite sure that more than going for quantitative analysis, qualitative analysis gives more effective nature of the content, which adds to our study. So this is about the development of the instructional package. So the implementation as well as the evaluation strategies and the various assessment methods will be explained by Nidhi. Now over to Nidhi.
Thank you so much. So talking about the content which was covered in the module, it was about the electrolysis process, the concept of electrolysis, Mars rover design, Perseverance rover, so especially the MOXIE, and about the ISS ecosystem, and about the Mars habitat prototype. Now, the implementation part, we have covered different experiments. They were done by the students, short videos, action research by different subject teachers, and also various project methods. So till now, space curriculum is not designed and introduced at school level. So we researchers have designed this module for space habitat topics, which are now in alignment with the framework of new system of our country. So which brings the competency-based learning in our students. So with the aid of instructional modules, the students gain experience in carrying out the team project, enhance their knowledge in space science. They compare the thermodynamics, energy efficiency, the design approach, the mechanical and thermal environment. Uh, Also the life support challenges, and which encompasses the long endurance space flight and constraints in the closed system, basically. So taking you over to the next slide. So here is the success story of one of our students, and he was not liking the subject science and especially the space topics. And so when we introduced this learning module, he started taking interest and his assessment grades also increased. Now I would request Professor Manke to conclude. I will stop sharing, and Professor, I will make you host now. Yes, your host, you can share your screen.
Is it visible?
Yes, it
My
is visible.
screen? Okay. I'm just. Thank you very much, Nidhi and Divya. My colleagues Nidhi and Divya have research presented oxygen production process in Earth, Mars, and International Space Station environments. Seamlessly underlying these processes are water dissociation, electrolysis, and variabilities of Earth, Mars, and International Space Station environments. And over and above these processes, taking all of them together, seamlessly underlying processes are those of value creating experiential learning, empowering students, teachers, and workers, because whatever information, the content is being taught, be in the classroom at the level of 6th in the school or 12th in the school or even the university, ultimately must get used, create an amazing result for a customer. And the customer, if one comes from a space industry, in case of what we are interacting today, that is of course wonderful. So when that happens, the value that gets created, the students, teachers, and workers all get empowered in independent work, self-directed learning, and learning strategically in classrooms and at workplaces. In this concluding slides of the presentation, research presentation, we present our research findings of insights in respect of these learning processes. We begin, of course, we begin with existing structural integrity standard. And just for illustration, I'm taking International Space Station environment. Of course, these findings have been done for the classroom in the school as also for Mars. But for the purpose here, I shall illustrate through that the concluding remarks. Of course, there has to be always an end deliverable. End deliverable is pure oxygen gas, because that is the survivalist requirement. To some extent, this looks like what I'm doing in the school. We have got the water dissociation to be done. So electrolysis, electrodes, and then electrolyte solution, which we do. My school students are comfortable. Just for the sake of it, I'm taking an 8th standard student. Of course, he's getting connected with the university student the way just now my colleagues described. But I'm trying to emphasize, making the point of the additivity we are bringing in our instructional context, the project-based learning that we are doing. And as a result, of course, the dissociation, the pure oxygen gas and the hydrogen. And that's happening. It's a slow process, we know. And now something is different because the International Space Station comes in. It's a different environment. This is not what my student had anticipated. This was not there. But normally now he's getting ready while in 8th standard or 12th standard that I would have this unexpected element, unexpected customer, if I may say so. So this is coming. And 1 second, I think what I have to sort of, okay, uh, okay, good. There is a that brings in change in information structure relationships. I think it is here the learning process is coming in. As it happens, the learning process comes in, and why is it not okay? I think what's happening just now? Why is the animation not? Sorry. Okay, okay. So change in information structure relationship in classroom and at workplace. And as that happens, why is it happening? Because now electricity is coming from solar panels, unlike what happened in my school. And if that is the scenario, the process which is existing and structural now gets subjected to implications of environmental, that is individual situation, local market, context, knowledge factors. Here in case of the International Space Station, to elaborate on this, this is the crux of the matter, the learning processes which have to be brought into the picture. Oxygen and hydrogen gas production, very small, of course, that is the challenge. But just now we are not touching about the quantity because that would have been handled in the school curriculum of current. I'm actually now coming emphasizing the International Space Station. And of course, Mars has a different problem. One has to go to the carbon. So the coming back to it, one has to come to production of oxygen, hydrogen, and there are environmental factors coming in. The environmental factor of electrolysis uses electricity from the ISS solar panel to split water into hydrogen gas and oxygen gas. ISS relies on station's hardware to provide to breathable air. It's a mechanical process. It was not a mechanical process in the classroom that I was doing in my 8th, 9th, 10th. Photosynthesis was dominating, of course, the dissociation of water, but the mechanical aspect, and I'm getting introduced, my students is getting introduced. And not only that, my teacher is having a challenge through the project involvement of the student to sensitize him to this. Next, proceed. Hydrogen H2 from splitting water to be released. These are all environmental factors which were not present. They have started coming into picture because of the ISS. Into NASA engineers into space. NASA engineers envision hardware machine to combine hydrogen with excess CO2 from the air in a chemical reaction and produce water and methane. Closing the loop, water will replace water used to make oxygen and methane to be released to space. So there is a closed loop that is getting created, something which I was not, my student was not sensitized. Something is happening. The environmental factors, system environmental factors. We proceed. The effort required to close loop completely, where everything is reused. For example, consider expelling methane so as to help provide thrust necessary to maintain the space station's orbit. Now, if that happens, even the methane is not wasted. And that because further methane and carbon dioxide are produced in the instant time, there is a crew, and ammonia is created by the breakdown of urea in sweat. Space station crew also emit acetone, methyl alcohol, and carbon monoxide, which are byproducts of metabolism in their urine and their breath. Activated charcoal filters are primary method for removing these chemicals. With 3 to 7 people sharing a small enclosed volume on the still growing space station, air management is critical. This was not the concern. Air management was not the concern as traditionally we had discussed. And now the students start getting sensitized to that. And here, Nidhi ma'am, I think this is there's something, this is actually is coming in a, how can I shift this? I should like to shift. there are presentation here actually. Okay, how will I show that? So basically what I'm saying, the one which is a presentation here is now saying that I have got to do the oxygen production as also additionally air management. This concept was not known, one was not sensitive, and if this happens, obviously there is an scenario that there is an informational error. I was beginning my problem in an existing structural integrity standard, thinking of pure oxygen gas. But now the air management has come into picture. I have to optimize. So there is a learned information origination error. And it is asking for change structural integrity standard. It's not the quality. Now it's the integrity. In the sense, relevance of the content must come into picture. In a given context and specific situation. On International Space Station, air management, empathy for that, sensitization is important. And if that happens, we have to develop an information flow when learned information is originated. For that purpose, you have to originate information. And that information is what will give you competitive advantage for the ISS to now become more survivalist, as Nidhi was explaining right at the beginning. More sustaining, more environmental pollution reducing, more opportunity seeing, and continuity planning. These are the objectives. The content has changed. That brings in, simply said, as Earth instruction and work processes connect with space processes and seamlessly cope with survivalist requirements of environmental pollution, opportunities and continuity planning ecosystem formed, there will be changes in information structure relationships in classrooms and workplaces. Due to, these are the learning process insights. Implication of environmental, that is individual situation, local market, context, factors, local factors, in turn requiring, so local, the competitiveness comes because you understand the individual situation and context, which was not the concern when I was on the Earth scenario solving the problem. It has become the project from that kind. And that changes the structural integrity standards in instructional content, delivery, and assessment, and therefrom work processes. This results in value creating project-based learning on futures front. Futures front because the student in the 8th standard is getting sensitive while doing electrolysis about the air management. And in turn, therefore, constructing the content, innovating delivery, and differentiated assessment, because now he's sensitized, he's being assessed for that by implementing value creating environmental experiential learning for benefit and improved experience to students at workplace and classrooms also. So these are the insights of the learning processes which come to us because of the exercise that we undertake. And we recognize while learning has to be the base as we talk of the technological roadmap from Earth to Mars. Over to you, Nidhi.
Thank you so much, Space Habitat event and Professor Julio for giving us this platform. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Professor William.
Thank you, sir. You can stop sharing.